Meeting when you came here.
Well, it all centres around the mediation efforts by ECOWAS to resolve the Gambian presidential election crisis and Mr. Jammeh's attempts to prevent President-elect Adama Barrow from being inaugurated on Thursday. Well, the video of the two presidents conversing has been doing the rounds on social media, much to the embarrassment of Mrs. Johnson Sirleaf, who's playing a leading role in trying to persuade Mr. Jammeh to give up power peacefully. The president rang us up to complain.
All right, look, on Sunday, January 15th, Gambia President Jammeh telephoned me to make an appeal to the ECOWAS authority to make judges available as a means of addressing the crisis. This was really nothing new, as he had said the same thing in meetings with the mediating team twice in Banjul. Unfortunately, being the person that he is, he recorded and televised our conversation without advising me of his intent to do so.
So he hadn't told you he was going to record it or video it and then put it out for the whole public to see?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was in a vehicle when I took his call, and it was a telephone conversation between him and me. Like I say, unfortunately, he did not tell me of his intent, nor did he tell me after that he had done so. But let me make it very, very clear. There is no change in ECOWAS' position. The Constitution of the Gambia must be respected. That has been conveyed by our mediator, the President of Nigeria. It has been conveyed by the mediating team to him twice in Banjul. There is no change in ECOWAS' position. That's it.
His appeal is that he's asking ECOWAS to, as he said, help resolve this impasse peacefully through the courts. What do you make of his request? What do you make of that?
Well, at the time he called me, I was thinking that he was going to find a way out of this, and he was going to be able to work with the team. But clearly, it was just, again, like I say, it was just a ruse on his part. So the only thing I can tell you once again, ECOWAS' position has not changed.
Madam Sirleaf, we've heard that the judge in Gambia has said he cannot rule on the inauguration anyway. I wonder how you feel, whether this brings any forms of concern. Do you anticipate there could be trouble come the 19th?
I don't anticipate anything right now. All I know is that President Jammeh must respect the Constitution. There was an election. That election was won by the head of the opposition team, and he needs to respect that. That's the position of ECOWAS.
Liberia's President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Well, President Jammeh has more to worry about back home as he looks for any chance to hold on to power. President-elect Adama Barrow has not wavered from his position that come this Thursday the 19th, he will be sworn in as the new president of the Gambia. He scored a major diplomatic goal this weekend when he was invited to the France-Africa summit in Mali. Well, Mr. Jammeh is equally adamant in his stance. He initially agreed that he had lost the election on the 1st of December, but a week later backtracked. He's turned to the courts, asking the Supreme Court to rule on his call for a rerun of the polls. He's also now asked the Chief Justice to slap an injunction blocking Adama Barrow from being sworn into office. But here again, he's been disappointed. Joining me from Banjul is Umaru Fofana, our correspondent, who's been at the Supreme Court in the city. Umaru, greetings. What has the Chief Justice had to say today?
Hi, Bola. Well, the Nigerian-born Chief Justice Emmanuel Fagbenle ruled that he was going to recuse himself and would not determine either way whether the injunction should be approved, thereby blocking the declared winner's inauguration on the 19th, or whether he was going to allow it to go ahead. The fact that the injunction called for him not to take part in any swearing-in ceremony or inauguration of Adama Barrow or any other member of the country's judiciary he said that meant that he would have to recuse himself and decided not to lean on either side. So essentially, that is what is there. And President Jammeh's lawyers had come hoping that they would have the injunction, which would clearly have meant that there would have been a legal basis to block Adama Barrow's inauguration on Thursday.
But just to clarify this for people who might be slightly confused, when you say he's recusing himself from it, does that mean he's stepping aside in order for somebody else to step in as the Chief Justice, or he's just saying on this matter he cannot make a ruling?
It is very confusing, Bola. I mean, in his words, yes, he said he was going to recuse himself so that somebody else could step in, another judge. But the fact that the injunction was asking that he, and not only him, he and any other member of the judiciary should not take part. If he recused himself because he was mentioned, it presupposes, lawyers here are saying, that no other member of the judiciary either would have the moral authority to rule on this, because they are by extension all mentioned in the injunction that they should not take part in the inauguration or swearing-in ceremony of President-elect Adama Barrow on Thursday.
That being the case, what does it then mean for the inauguration on the 19th?
It's very unclear. Information Minister Sidi Njai says that this does not shut the door out, doesn't shut them out at all. He said that this basically meant that they might still consider pressing on for it and using the country's constitution. There has been talk, not by him, but by a lot of people, that the National Assembly could weigh in on this by possibly recommending an extension of President Jammeh's term whilst the matter is being, or the general petition is being looked into at the Supreme Court, which cannot sit until May at the earliest, or even November at the latest, which are the 2 months that Sierra Leone and Nigeria have given by which they can send in their judges to sit on the Supreme Court panel. The President Jammeh's lead lawyer, did not sound very pleased, even though he also said that he didn't consider this as having lost the call for an injunction to block Adama Barrow's inauguration.
And Umaru, very briefly, what about the coalition side? What are they saying about this latest statement from Mr. Chief Fagminle?
They haven't so far issued any statement. They were billed to have called a press conference last night. They didn't hold, and this morning we haven't heard from them. Clearly, this just happened. I would imagine that they will make their reaction known later on in the day. But so far, they haven't said anything about this as a way of reacting to it.
Umaru, thank you very much indeed. Umaru speaking live from Banjul, and still to come here on Focus on Africa. Welcome to Lagos.
Meeting when you came